All right now.
Patrick Mahomes is basically God playing quarterback.
Chiefs Kingdom
Live!
They want it. They want it.
Now, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper. You go get it.
That's a different tier right there, baby.
Yeah, we're not having a snowball fight.
He'll get handled when he gets handled.
The Lombardi Trophy has a red and gold reflection. Touchdown! Kansas City! One of the greatest duos in the history of the National Football League. Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce.
Do it live. Let's go.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
Let's go.
Howdy, Chiefs Kingdom. It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock. It's Chiefs Kingdom Live. Thank you so much for joining us. If you would, real quick, before you forget, make sure you click or tap that like and click or tap that subscribe button. Maybe turn on those notifications so we don't miss you when we go live. Tell some friends, tell some family members, tell the Chiefs Kingdom, tell a Chiefs fan. We'd sure appreciate the help. We got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. Chiefs are in some uncharted waters here, and it's going to be some tough navigating. But if there was a team that could do it, it's this team, and it's this quarterback, and it's this coaching staff, and the leaders. So we'll talk about the close loss to the Eagles. We'll look ahead to the game Sunday against the New York Giants on primetime Sunday Night Football. We'll talk about other Chiefs news, NFL news, anything you want to talk about. Make sure you throw up your comment or question there in the chat. Looks like we saw Big Doug and Jeremy. I'm sure Laney's in there. I imagine we'll be seeing the rest of the regulars here pretty soon. Before we get into the show, fellas, Bo, how are you doing tonight, man?
No, I'm doing pretty good. I have a bone to pick with Fox Broadcasting. I'm sitting there. I think here it was the Cincinnati game that was on TV watching it. It cuts over with like 20 seconds left before the Chiefs game starting over to the Dallas game. They want to show the end of the Dallas game because it also has like 20 seconds left, but it's close. They go to overtime and decide they want to show the whole overtime on the broadcast channel that they're not even scheduled to be showing this on. I missed the whole first quarter of the game, guys, because of that. Like, still frustrated about it. I have since gone back and watched it, but Fox Broadcasting, come on. Other than that, been an okay week, dealing with Philly fans as per the usual. That's always interesting, but no, doing good. How are you guys doing, Nick?
Good. That harkens me back to when I lived out of state, and that would often happen. I actually had set up like a sling box. If you guys remember that, that's like technology.
Sling?
Now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we set up a sling box in Kansas City so that like I could watch all the games and not have to deal with that bullshit anymore.
Right.
I'm
Definitely
trying to be
annoying.
good and not use like, VPN sites and all those sites that kind of get frowned upon. Might have
What are
to
you
go
talking
back
about?
real quick, dude. They do that again. Ooh, I'm right back to that side of the internet.
On Sunday Ticket.
Is there any of those left?
Yeah, that's what I have.
I get it that they gotta try to shut them down, especially when they get as big as some of those like pirate streaming sites get. But when you shut one down, 5 more are just gonna pop back up somewhere else. So never ending battle there. I don't know. Can you guys see this little box with the arrows pointing to the corners that's on my screen, or is that just a me thing?
I think that's just a you thing.
This is you, Doug.
This I don't know. I got an update or notification when I was scheduling the show that StreamYard's having some technical difficulties. I think like it said there was an update or something that it did, and the camera and some stuff has been acting weird. So if you all can't see it, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to bother trying to fix it or touch it, or who knows what the hell it'll do next. But I'm doing good. Just had a family get together, huge watch party here at the house Sunday. Was feeling good. Thought looking like the Chiefs were going to maybe pull that one out, and kind of went south there pretty quick towards the end. But we're going to talk about that game. Nick, I mean, overall feelings watching that game. a lot closer than I know a lot of people, especially on social media and the panickers. We're saying we were going to get our clock cleaned by the Eagles. It was going to be a blowout, and this is going to get ugly. Not a bad showing by the Chiefs, was it?
I mean, I don't think it was like a great showing by the Chiefs. I think considering their offensive injuries and stuff, I think that they were closer than some people anticipated. I was kind of worried that maybe, when the offense wasn't going, that they'd run away with it. But look, I think there's a lot of positives to take away from the game. It's obviously just fucking frustrating to watch, right? It's hard to watch your team like underperform, and I think that's kind of what we feel is like we're seeing out there, especially on offense. But man, the defense, dude, they held Jalen Hurts to 100 yards passing.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
well, good.
The like 3 of the scoring drives that the Eagles had started on they started on the Chiefs side of the field. Like, so I mean, I think like there's a lot of positive things to take away from that game. But yeah, I mean, overall, just like the feeling of walking away from that was just frustrating, missed opportunities.
Yeah, Bo, how'd you feel watching that game, man?
Yeah, well, I mean, coming into it in the second quarter, Fox Broadcasting, already frustrated. I haven't even seen a minute of it, right? And then I literally come in and Saquon runs one in. That's like the first play I see. It's just like, oh, wow, really?
So it was your fault, is what you're saying.
No, I mean, plenty of people had the same problem, right? So, no, I mean, I agree with Nick. There's a lot of good stuff you can take away from this game. It's just frustrating to play them that close and, kind of lose on the turnover battle, and that also ultimately kind of cost us the game a little bit. That was like the biggest flaw by either team that was committed that kind of cost the game. So I'm with Nick, just frustrating to watch, but there's a lot of positives to take away. And if you watched the show last week, I'm big on the week-to-week improvements, and I'm going to highlight some of those that I saw this week for sure. So
thought the Chiefs were going to win that game, most of the game. They were keeping it close. They got the lead on the Patrick Mahomes run,
Get him, Jeremy. Get him.
Yeah, and Nick's got to ruin the PG rating on the show for some reason. But it was back and forth. It was close. The Chiefs were at home. The defense was, like you said, playing good. I really thought the Chiefs were going to win. And then, the Travis Kelce tipped pass. Of course, it, goes right to the defender. But Chiefs lose. They fall to 0-2. Patrick Mahomes looked phenomenal again. He's in MVP form. If they would have won these 2 games, people would be talking about how amazing he is and how he's carried his team without any of his weapons, really, right, to a 2-0 record or maybe even a 1-1 record. The rushing yards he's had, no turnovers for Patrick in the first 2 games. Bo, I mean, how great is that guy playing right now? And kind of all for naught so far in weeks 1 and 2.
I mean, vintage Patrick Mahomes, right? Like the stuff you kind of like pay tickets to go see. He's doing it. You're seeing Mahomes magic at play. The problem is he's the only one out there really like doing anything, I love Nick's banner. That's perfect. If only he could learn to catch passes too, maybe we might have a shot against some of these teams.
Right.
I love the way he's playing. I think he's pure mid-season form, if not like playoff forms already. But that kind of scares me. I mean, we've talked about this countless times on this podcast. The way he's running and like almost out of necessity this early in the season kind of scares me. I don't think that's a good long-term plan. And we kind of usually reserve that kind of style of play for the playoffs or later on in the season when we need it. And the fact that kind of we're busting out weeks 1 and 2, it's awesome to see, but I kind of hate that we're relying on it and that he's our leading rusher. But with that said, can't ask anything else from the guy, right? Like how good is he playing? Like he's literally taking games into his own hands and keeping us in there when nobody else wants to step up and be in that position. So I mean, can't say anything bad about the guy. He plays phenomenally. Just need some other guys to step up now.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's had maybe a deep pass or 2 that were off target. I still don't know how much that is of him. You see people on saying he's forgotten how to throw the deep ball. I don't think Patrick Mahomes has forgotten how to throw the deep ball. He's had a revolving door of guys that are, I don't know, what do we want to call them? League average on their best day at wide receiver. with the the Rice injury and the suspension to start this year and the Worthy injury, man, like he's going out there doing it all. But I mean, outside of that, yeah, he's playing awesome. Patrick Mahomes, he's doing it all himself, but it's just not enough right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy, look, I see what you're saying, dude. The reality is, I think with another quarterback in that game, I think the Chiefs don't score any points. With the offense that they're trotting out there, I mean, you're looking at a team that has 0 run game. The offensive line is not blocking. That's why he bails, right? Like he's bailing because like you see that he's got free blitzers coming and destroying him. I just feel like they've kind of let some of the spots on this roster around him really kind of weaken. And I mean, he's the leading rusher on the team.
Right.
He's he missed a couple of deep balls, but he connected on a deep ball. He made the pass to Travis. Travis alley-oops it to a defender right at the goal line. So look, I think that there's just a little bit of dysfunction on the team right now that hopefully they can get lined out. All that said, it was like a 3-point game, right? I mean, I think that that's the takeaway. It's like, okay, so like given all the mistakes that they made, like the turnover at the goal line, going for it on 4th down on your own 36-yard line, and having probably the most ridiculously long developing run play I've ever seen. Like that had 0 chance of going anywhere with the way that our offensive line gets a push. Like, missing a field goal. I mean, the Chiefs really are a couple of mistakes away from winning that game and feeling pretty good about themselves given their situation. So, look, I'm not going to say he's in MVP form. I think he's doing everything that he can, right? He's doing everything he can to try to will the team to victory. And, he's not perfect, but I just feel like, like he just doesn't have there's not a lot of other people that are performing around him. I guess
Right.
important. The guy gets open, seems deep open,
a couple times a game.
So hopefully they can continue that. Hopefully he can get a little bit of, I mean, they just need somebody that can run the ball for 4 yards a carry, right? Like if we could just get somebody that could reliably get 4 yards on a running the ball. Like I think that would just really take a lot of the pressure off of this passing game.
Right. Look, man, the guy is, like you mentioned, not only is he leading the team in rushing, but he's the leading rusher. He has most rushing yards by a quarterback in the league right now.
Right.
He's not turning the ball over. He's keeping drives alive. He's rushing for touchdowns. I mean, I don't.
You can't ask for more, right?
No, and if the Chiefs, like I said, if they were sitting at 2-0 right now, he would be in the conversation. People would be talking about him as the MVP, doing all this, keeping his team in the game, basically throwing him on his back and doing all the rushes and the touchdowns and the passes and not turning the ball over. Without Rashee Rice, without Xavier Worthy, with an aging Travis Kelce, against 2 of the better defenses, like the Chargers had the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL last year. The Eagles, obviously, going back to Super Bowl. I don't know if they're as good defensively as they were last year. They lost some people, but they're one of the better defensive teams in the league. He's playing out of this world, and he's playing as good, if not better, than any other quarterback in the league right now. It's just there's nobody else there to do anything and highlight it and make it easier on the guy. So, I don't know.
I feel like we beat this dead horse every week, but show me another team where you take their wide receiver 1 and 2 with running backs that are average, if less than average at best.
They're
right?
they're way below average right now.
Yeah,
running back,
exactly. There's probably 50 other guys that can do what they're doing.
Yeah.
Show me a team that has that situation with the same expectations to perform as the number 1 seed, number 1 spot, and I got to commend Patrick for what he's doing with what he's got, man.
Right.
They're in the games, right? We're losing them,
right.
Unfortunately, but 3 points this week, 6 points, all surmountable obstacles. I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I don't know. You mentioned the running backs. This is the worst running back room in the league right now. Do you guys disagree with that? I mean,
I don't think there's anybody worse.
Yeah.
My question though is like, I mean, is it the running backs or I don't know. Like it just seems like they're not getting. I mean, they're getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. Shitload. You know what I
a
mean?
lot, yeah.
So I already blew the PG rating. I think you can have 2 F-bombs in a PG-13
Right.
movie. So I'll try
Right.
to refrain from that. But yeah, like I just feel like their run plays are getting blown up behind the line of scrimmage a lot. Scott, you and I were talking before this. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to get like a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1, you know, where your running back doesn't have to maybe run past a couple of his linemen because his linemen are getting a push, you know, 3 feet down the field. I just don't feel like they're getting that push at the line. I feel like they're either getting stopped or they're getting pushed backwards, and you know, there's not a lot of sound blocking going on, and so I don't know. Like, yeah, the rushing attack overall is definitely the worst in the league. I mean, if your quarterback's running for 3 or 4 times more yards than either of your top 2 running backs, like you're gonna have a bad time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It made a joke watching the game Sunday. I was like, if Patrick could figure out a way to throw the ball to himself, he'd be the leading passer, rusher, and receiver on the team right now. So yeah, the guy.
Harrison, I got this kick too. Go ahead.
Right. So another person that gets talked about, Travis Kelce, had the dropped pass there at the goal line that, unfortunately, gets, instead of getting tipped up in the air and hitting the ground, it gets scooped up and caught by the defender. Somehow, amazingly, goes from inside the end zone to all the way down to midfield without no one able to catch him and tackle him. Josh Simmons
taken out by the left tackle.
Right, the left tackle, which I mean was an amazing play, hell of a hustle play by the rookie there to, I would say, save a touchdown, but they ended up scoring a touchdown anyway. So, but Travis Kelce, he's been drawing a lot of criticism. He had the drop in the Chargers game. People are saying that he's done. There's people saying he should have retired. He's what's wrong with the team. Travis Kelce has also had some really, really good plays, like the touchdown catch that he had against the Chargers to really keep the Chiefs in that game. He had a nice shoestring catch in this game against the Eagles on a big 3rd down that kept a scoring drive alive. Bo, Travis Kelce, is he getting too much vitriol right now, kind of like thrown his way? Has he been a net negative, a net positive for this team, do you think?
You know, it's all the hate he's getting. It's kind of his own doing. He set the bar so high for what he can do at that position, right? That like people are expecting him. I mean, for years we talked about him being a top 5 receiver, not tight end, receiver. You know, like in the same talks with Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, all these guys, right? Like he was right there with those guys. And yeah, I think as you age, you kind of fall off. But like if we're talking like tight ends across the board, dude is still like the most productive tight end in football. You know, like. Sure, he's not. I don't think he's going to be top 5 receiver, but like I think he'll be top 3 tight ends this year, no problem. He had such a great game, other than that last play, and that's kind of like looking at somebody's shirt, like, oh, that's a nice shirt, but they have a big mustard stain on it. Like you can't not see that, right? Like it's right there. Like yeah, you kind of dropped that pass and it got intercepted, and then it turned out to be like a scoring drive for the Eagles that kind of like put us behind the 8 ball there. But you know, with as many seasons as he has, you can't like hound the guy too much. I don't say that he's earned a pass, but like he knows, like you got to tighten it up. We've seen him made some amazing catches. He picked one up pretty much off the floor, like it was that close to hitting the floor in this game. I don't think he's done by any means, man. It happens. It's one of those things in football, right? Just unfortunate. It was after like 17 play drive and in the end zone, you know. But I think he'll be all right. I think he's fine for the season.
He also had the nice play where he caught the ball and stiff-armed the defender twice, running down the sideline there for a big game.
One-handed, right? Yeah.
Look, I know he's had a couple really bad drops, and that's not going to excuse those. He's got to do better. He knows he's got to do better. He knows he needs to start making those catches, but he's catching 1 or 2 of those passes away from people having a complete different narrative about him coming back in his season, right, Nick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, if you get 100% on an assignment and you get 100% on another assignment, but then you get a 0% on your third assignment, like you're still getting a D. You know what I mean? That's
Yep.
just the way that it weighs out. And like you can have like some really good plays in the game, but when you make the crucial mistake that essentially allows the other team to go down and get the 2-score lead that is basically insurmountable at that point in time, like you're gonna get a lot of criticism, especially when you're the tenured player, you're the Hall of Famer, right, on the team. So
Sure.
I'm not like throwing dirt on top of Travis Kelce and saying that like his career's over or anything. I still think he's gonna have a good season. Like he's still one of the best players of all time. But I think it's like you got to be real that like in that moment, to have that drop and have it turn into an interception that basically loses the game, like you can't just like sweep that under the carpet. You know what I mean? Like, so I
Yeah.
think that Travis recognizes that. I think he owns up to it. I don't know. I mean, the media stuff, like going to the mic afterwards, like I think that they kind of have all. I don't know if he's paying a fine to not do that or whatever. But I mean, I to be honest, like I'm just more worried about like, okay, what are we going to do on the field than the stuff off the field. So, I mean, I think that he's shown flashes that he's still got it, and I think that it's like sometimes we just have these freak things happen, right? And it's like last year we had some of these freak.
I can't hear Nick now.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. Well, you cut out there, but you're back now.
Oh,
There.
we had some of these freak things happen last year that won us games, and now we're having some of these freak things that maybe are costing us games. And so maybe some of that's just like balancing out, right? We're regressing to the mean. But look, Travis Kelce's gonna be fine. We get Xavier Worthy back maybe this week, and even if he's on the pitch count, you see the relationship between Thornton and Mahomes continue to develop. Maybe Mahomes learns, how fast he is and where the ball is going to be, where he needs to place the ball, and I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah. Travis Kelce, to me, he's looked rejuvenated and he's making big plays. He's getting open. He's getting yards after the catch, right? He's keeping drives alive by making plays on third down. It's just really, really, man, like unfortunate that a couple of the mistakes that he's made were glaring. I mean, I know, Nick, you said that his dropped pass lost him the game. There was still time left there, so even if he catches that touchdown, that's not like a guarantee that they were going to win the game, in my opinion. Maybe the running backs not being able to get any yardage at all. Maybe some of these other wide receivers that aren't able to get open downfield or get any yards after the catch. I mean, Hollywood Brown, that guy has what? Outside of the long bomb in the Chargers game, I think he had 5 or 6 catches in the Eagles game for like 28 yards, man. Like that guy is getting no yak. Did the interception hurt? Absolutely. Was it a turning point in the game and shift the momentum? Yes. Is it the reason that we lost the game? I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying you're wrong for saying that. But
it's reason,
man, like,
but at that point, given how the game had shaken out, it was like that. I mean, that 14-point swing in a 3-point game. Like, I just don't see how you can not say that was like at that point the major contributing factor to why we lost is him not getting a touchdown.
I would say nobody else outside of him and Patrick Mahomes doing anything has just as much to do with it. But I mean, I agree your point.
Yeah, I think you guys are both right, but I think it's like somewhere in the middle, right? It's hard to pin it on one play, but it's obvious that play didn't help. But, they had 5 or 6 series where they just went, 3 and out or like just a couple plays, and then they were, giving it right back. So it's hard to, I mean,
I don't think I'm being overly harsh on him. I just feel like, dude, like that's not the play that like your Hall of Fame tight end can make in that situation. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. But I've seen a lot of comments here about the defense. The defense was the biggest turnaround from week 1 to week 2. Defense played really well against the Eagles. Although I'm going to throw this caveat in there that they still could not get off the field on 3rd and long. And it's been the Achilles heel for this
You're gonna say.
defense for what, a year? I mean, look, I love Trent McDuffie, but they throw up that was a prayer that Spags dialed up an awesome blitz. Hurts had to just basically, you know, we call it a 500 ball where he used to play 500 in the backyard. And Devontae Smith just kind of like stops and jumps and catches it, man. Like, get off the field there. I'm pretty sure that led to a touchdown, right? The Eagles scored there. Were guys running wide open downfield all day long like they were in Brazil in the Chargers game? No. They've been good against the run here in a couple of games. I know Barkley had the one touchdown run, but outside of that, they did a pretty good job of containing that guy and
Right.
keeping him somewhat in check. Bo, the defense, were you surprised about the turnaround? I mean, just how much better were they?
No, they were worlds better. It was completely noticeable. I mean, I was expecting some minor, changes, like some improvements here and there. No, they got back to being an elite defense. It's still kind of concerning that they can't get pressure. Like the four guys up front can't get pressure by themselves.
For sure.
So we saw a lot of blitzing, a lot of pressures that way, right? We got to them, and it
bringing
worked.
the house, man.
Right, and like I think that was like the biggest plus to that, right? Is we were bringing the house, but what it did show is that like our young coverage team was able to hold their own, right? Because like if they didn't get to them, the pass coverage was really tight. It was when like the Eagles were able to pick up that blitz and give Jalen that extra 2-3 seconds, right? So you're talking about 5-6 seconds of coverage. We know that like most people can't defend him, right? And that long ball you're talking about with McDuffie, I think that was exactly the case. They picked up our blitz, even though we were getting into his face. I think, when the guy finishes route and then just takes a right turn on the other side of the field, it's kind of hard to cover it. And McDuffie, I think, just never even saw the ball. So, like, hey, hats off that he was actually able to tackle him. They didn't score on that play, but yeah, kind of that's a concerning thing to me, right? It's like I feel like we just can't get any pressure. That's the only thing I feel like needs improvement. Otherwise, I feel like our defense is solid right now.
Yeah, and maybe I'm misremembering a play. I thought they got pressure on Hurts on that play with the blitz, and he just kind of threw it up in the air for grabs. And that was what, 3rd and 10, I want to say. There's been times where the Chiefs have gotten, the opponent in 2nd or 3rd and long, and it's 2nd and 17 and you give up 16, or it's 3rd and 15 and you give up 18, or with the Eagles, it's 3rd and 12 and you give up 11. So then they can do the dumbass tush push play, which I don't know if we'll talk about that here soon, or maybe at the end of the show or whatnot. But yeah, man, like they still got to clean that up. Well, when you get teams in 2nd and 3rd and 10 plus, you have to get off the field, man. You got to finish defensively and close down drives. But I was encouraged by the signs we saw with the wide receiving core of the Eagles is, I would say, much better than the Chargers wide receiving core. I mean, you got Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnson, Lad McConkey, and you're looking at A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I mean, those two guys are better than anybody on the Chargers. So really, really encouraged by the defense. And it looked like that top 5 unit that we've seen here the last 2 or 3 seasons showed back up against there's race car. Good to see you. That top 5 unit that we've seen the last 2-3 years really kind of showed back up in the Eagles game. It sound like everybody's encouraged. It sound like the team made some progress from week 1 to week 2. Nick, Bo, I mean, you guys, anything else from that game that stood out to you, or anything you want to bring up, or?
Jeremy, let's go to the course, bro. We'll put some money on it. I got you all day, my man. No, I just want to point out the rookies on defense. I thought they all did really good. Noah Williams, Omar Norman Lott, and who's the other guy? Gelati. I thought they all played pretty well. Just want to give them their flowers. I thought they stepped up in a time when Dana got hurt. So huge for Norman Lott to get a Omar Norman Lott. Doesn't roll off the tongue yet. Huge for him to get a sack. Really good to see those guys developing already in week 2. So,
he looked like Ronnie Lott, Norman Ronnie Lott on that sack, man. He
nice
grabbed. I mean, he grabbed Hurts with one arm, just body slammed the dude into the ground. Nick, anything else from this game stood out? Good, bad? We didn't cover.
I mean, just we talked about it, but Patrick Mahomes' ability to at 30 years old still to really just change the game with his feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, he's trucking guys. I don't want to see it in week 2, or week 1, but we have. I just think that he's still got that ability to change the game with his feet. But yeah, I mean, we've said most everything. I think the most encouraging thing for me is you took the Eagles and basically they had their lowest offensive output in 5 years. So I really think that the defense here just all around really shine. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them not give up that touchdown, right? To
Yeah.
make it a 2-score game. That was kind of a backbreaker, but they had played well enough all game. And I mean, on a short field, like you're not going to hold teams forever. You know what I mean?
No.
Like eventually they're going to score if you keep putting the defense in bad situations.
They're gonna push
Not
through.
gonna hold
Yeah.
them, that too much.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Is there anything you wanna touch on? Anything good?
No, I think we've pretty much hit it all. The team looked good, and in the end, it was a close game against a good opponent. Chiefs obviously kept it a lot closer than they did in the Super Bowl.
Thank
Yeah,
God, right? Like, aren't you guys just like, oh,
right?
We even went up at one
Look,
point?
man, there was a lot of worry if you were looking on social media and listening to people calling in the radio, sports radio locally here. There's a lot of people are expecting a bloodbath, man. We're expecting a repeat of that Super Bowl beatdown, man. The way the defense looked, the week 1, and the offense is scuffling and just so shorthanded, man. I mean, last year, at least when we lost, I know a lot of people are saying that they lost their wide receiver 2 last year when Hollywood Brown went out. I didn't think Hollywood Brown was the wide receiver 2 going into last year. I thought that it was Rice and Worthy. Even though Worthy was a rookie, we're going to be ahead of that guy in the pecking order. At least last year you had Worthy, right, when Rice went out. This year they're down to Brown, and that's it. These first 2 or 3 games now. Hopefully Xavier Worthy, it's looking like he's on track, fingers crossed, to play against the Giants on Sunday. So, yeah, man, a valiant effort against the Eagles. There's no moral victories, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, well, I'm okay we lost because they really beat us bad the last time. It's just there was improvement, man, and the Chiefs aren't at full strength. So I think, yeah, it was bad. They lost a game at home. You always hate to do that, but things to build off of and things to be optimistic about for sure. So Chiefs sitting at 0-2. How much trouble are they in, man? Like, there's this game obviously Sunday night against the Giants, who I think when we did our record predictions in our season preview show, it was like, that's a win. It's an easy win. Giants didn't really look all that good. Russell Wilson didn't look that good week 1, but they almost took down the Cowboys here and put up, 42 points, 41 points on the Cowboys. I don't think anybody's going to mistake the Cowboys defense, especially losing Micah Parsons with the Chiefs defense. But we had this week's Chiefs Kingdom Live poll. I don't know if you want to bring it up here. Like, we're going to get into the details of the game here, but just like how massive of a game is this? Bo, you're on top there, man. Like, are you looking at this game right now as a must win?
Yeah, just to kind of get the season back on track, right? Get the right momentum, get the guys' heads in the right place. Yeah, I think it is a must win. Not in like it's going to mean anything in the long run or like division standings or seeding for playoffs by any means, but yeah, I think to go 0-3 for a season would just like it's a lot of a lot of wind out of your sails, excuse me. And I think for a must win, just to get the team spirit back, it would go a long way. And did you guys know that was Russell Wilson's best game against the Cowboys this past weekend? Statistically speaking, in his career, that was his best game. I found that pretty funny, but
yeah.
I think we match up really well against the Giants in the sense that like a lot of people have been predicting a blowout from our side. I think this is going to be that game where we're actually able to like iron out the kinks a little bit, really sharpen the sword a little bit, and let our offense fly. Jeremy kind of mentioned, like Patrick's kind of bailing early, and like I kind of agree with him. I think a lot of that kind of stems from like last year too.
Yeah.
Just we've had no solid
Those
consistency in that O line that he just has some happy feet, and while Simmons is, being a productive blocker, you still have Kingsley there. That's kind of a suspect, and we're getting some interior rushing there. And so like once that's kind of figured out, which, O-line groups, just like any other position group, like receivers and quarterback, they all have to they have to play together a couple times, get on the same page,
Yeah.
get on each other's rhythm, and so like I think they'll figure that out. So I think that at this game against the Giants, we'll kind of finally see this offense open up. I was actually kind of right about that Phillies game. Like I predicted 17-14, and like I was one bobbled pass away from it
Right.
being 17 and 14. So I think this game we match up pretty well. And Russell Wilson's going to Russell Wilson. I don't expect him to do much against us. I think his career anomaly just happened, and I don't expect him to do that against us. Although there is one team that plays the Chiefs super annoyingly, it is that guy.
It can
or
be
one person, I should say, right? So like I expect him to be annoyingly hanging around until we kind of pull away at the end. So
yeah, the Cowboys defense is not good, and again losing Michael Parsons didn't make things better there in Dallas. Before I get to you, Nick, here, does that say the 40-ounce Wagyu tomahawk will cost you $345? I mean, that's not bad for Wagyu, is it?
For 40 ounces. Well, that's not.
That's a big ass steak.
Wagyu,
40 ounces. That's a big ass steak, man. I mean,
yeah, but it's a
that's
tomahawk.
still steep.
Like half of that's bone, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much of it is bone or not, but damn, man, even if it's a third bone, you know what I mean? Shit, that's still a big ass steak. But
I'll take two of them.
Yeah, I'll take two. Take one home for later. Give it to the dog. Nick, how big of a game is this, man? I mean, do you look at this as a must-win game for the Chiefs to avoid going 0-3?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if they lose this game against the Giants, then they're going into the Ravens at 0-3, right? And
yeah,
you lose that game, now you're 0-4, and like, I mean, forget about the 1 seed, and maybe even forget about the division at that point. Like you're thinking about wild card, right? Like, are you going to be a wild card team if you start 0-4? So I think it's absolutely a must win for the Chiefs. Now look, people will point to anomalies, right? The Chiefs under Andy Reid started 1-5, and then won crazy
10
amount of
straight games,
right? When I think that was the year that we expected Spencer Ware to be our number one running back. He got hurt, and I think we ended up with like Sharkandrick West.
Oh yeah,
as our running back, and so I understand that it's not like all hope is lost if we lose this game, but I think it realistically, like you've got to win this game. I mean, if you can't, after playing a couple of tough opponents, losing a couple of tough games, go in and beat the Giants, like I'm worried. You know what I mean? That's when the panic button's going to get hit from me anyway.
For sure.
Like if you can't go in and beat an old ass Russell Wilson led Giants team, I just worry that they're not going to be serious contenders this year. So.
Yeah, no, they got to win this game. Listen, could they make the playoffs somehow, one way or another, if they lose this game? I mean, I think you could come back from 0-3, but like you said, Nick, the problem then is you're looking at a home game with still down Rashee Rice against the Ravens, who have looked really good, and that offense looks like it's humming. We'll see what it looks like against the Chiefs defense. They've played a Bills defense that hasn't looked super, super stout here the first couple weeks of the season, and a Browns team that doesn't look like they are one of the better teams in the league, right? So, and the fact that so not only is it, when you're looking at the games coming up on the other side of this game, but it's the Giants, man. Like, that's a team that you got to win against. So, Dick Vermeil always said, like, beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and then beat some of the teams that you're not supposed to beat, or that are 50-50 toss-ups, right? Keep losing teams losing. So, yeah, man, they need to win this game. 0-3 is going to be a very, very, very difficult spot to come back from, because, you mentioned the division. I don't know what the Charger record is going to end up being. I mean, they just beat the Raiders, and they looked really good in the first half of that game, but then didn't really like pull away and get a ton of separation in the second half. I mean, they kind of just played it out there. So it's just, I think with the way the teams are lining up behind them, and with it being a team that you're expected to beat, you got to go on the road. You got to find a way to stem the tide here, right, man, and stop the bleeding.
To win the division, what do you think? Like 11 games or 12?
I don't know. I mean, the Chargers won how many games last year? 11. And I want to say I'm pretty sure the Chargers started 2-0 last year as well.
Yep.
They were 11-win team last year. Do I see them jumping up as a 13-win team? No, not necessarily. I don't know how long Keenan Allen is going to hold up at his age. He's come back.
It's great that he's starting off.
They didn't even
really this great,
right.
Will
Yeah,
it last?
right. They didn't even really want him on the team. It was like he wasn't on a team in the last week of the year, and
Injured too,
they had who was the guy that retired right there before the start of the season?
Was it Williams? No. It was,
no. Gosh darn. I'll think of his name. But anyway, I mean, they had a guy retire. So like, well, okay, you can come back. We'll take you. And, he's got a couple of touchdowns. But, I mean, the touchdowns he's made, the one against the Chiefs was a blown coverage where they just let him run wide open into the end zone. The touchdown that he scored against the Raiders on Monday night was kind of like a scramble around. He ran to the one corner of the end zone and just 3 Raiders kind of stood there looking around and let him, like, run right behind him. So, I don't know. I don't see them jumping up and being some like 13 or 14 win team. So I think you probably got to get to 12 wins if you want to win the division.
Yeah. So
I mean, you guys agree with that, Nick? I mean, you asked what I thought it was going to take. What do you think it's going to take?
Yeah, I'm right there in that. I don't know, 11, maybe 12 games. I mean, I think that's what we're, you're gonna need to be to win the West, and I mean, 1 seed you're probably looking at 14 wins, right? I mean,
Right.
So if you lose this,
I think
game,
the 1 seed's gone at this point for me.
I mean, most likely, right? Unless they can go on like a run like they did last year, where they just suddenly just start winning every game. It's gonna be a tough road to get to the 1 seed with the way their schedule is versus the other people they're competing with the 1
The way
seed
the
for.
Bills are, the Bills' easy schedule. They play at the Bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You need to win that game, right? You need to beat the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
It's looking like, unfortunately, Joe Burrow is going to be injured for up to 3 months. So, I mean, I don't know that the Bengals are going to be really too much in the mix.
They look almost as good with Jake Browning as they do with Joe Burrow.
Right.
A whole other conversation.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like
I'm with
the Vikings with JJ. So go ahead, Bo.
No, I was just with you guys. Like, I think the 1 seed, I don't know if it's out of the question. I think everybody's kind of assuming that Buffalo and Baltimore are going to have repeat years and have 13, 14 win seasons. Crazier things have happened than a team losing a couple games, right? So, like, I don't know that we can count on that to be. I mean, they're starting off hot, but like this league learns fast, man. Defensive coordinators these days are right on there. And then you mentioned the Bills' easy schedule, man. Like, that just to me gives a team that just opens the door for them to like relax a little bit and ease up and lose some games they're not supposed to lose, right? So, like, I don't know if it's out of the question. It's definitely a steep hill to climb. But as far as the West, I think we're still in the West. I know the Chargers took a 2-0 lead, and it looks commanding, but we've only played one. It was an away game. We lost it. It's fine. Now that Raiders game at the end of the year might mean something, right? But I don't think that it's insurmountable by any means. There's still a whole season ahead. And, like, dude, I'm watching the Chargers. Yeah, they look good, but they still Charger in the same way in that when Justin Herbert's on fire – they'll let guys on the defense just take shots at him for some reason. I don't know why it's their MO, but he gets popped 2 or 3 times a game, man. And, like, he got up wincing in the middle of that game, dude. And, like, he's strong and he plays through injuries, but when he gets injured and he plays, he doesn't play his best. And, like, we've seen that, like, with his rib injuries in the past and everything. So I don't necessarily think the Chargers are going to stay on top and be as commanding all season. Kind of mentioned Keenan Allen's age, right? Like, we'll see how long that can last. I mean, 15 more games. It's week 2, and I think there's a lot of overreacting going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the two teams, the Ravens or the Bills, is going to win 13 or 14 games. And if the Chiefs want to win 13 or 14 games, man, like if they want to get to 14-3, they can lose. They can only lose one more game the rest of the way. That is going to be very, very, very difficult. So, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say it's completely out of the picture. I think you're looking at a less than a 5% chance of the Chiefs getting the 1 seed. I still expect the team to make
slim.
I still expect the Chiefs to make the playoffs. I still think they have a 50-50 shot of winning the division at this point. I mean, that's definitely not out of the question. But to me, I mean, the 1 seed, I would not bet any money on them being the 1 seed right now.
No, not right now.
Right. So, if they're going to start winning games, this Giants game is a good opportunity to start getting a winning streak going. Nick, Giants seem to be a little feistier than anticipated, but I don't think they're a world beater either. I mean, level of concern, confidence level going into this game?
Well, I mean, we saw the Eagles go up against that Cowboys defense and, you know, not punt at all in the first half, right? Have a perfect first half. So I think that, like, I'm not super concerned about, you know, the game that Russell Wilson had against that defense. So I feel good about that. It's really just going to be, can we get the productivity on offense? Can we get some sort of rushing attack going, and have a little bit more of a balanced attack that's not Patrick Mahomes? So, I mean, I think that that's going to be, you know, the key to the game. And I'm going to say it again, like, third down, like, can we get off
the field?
Down.
We're
like,
all in agreement.
Field on third down on defense, I think we're going to be okay. But you start giving up those conversions and, you know, let a punt or 3 and out turn into minutes off the clock and a field goal or a touchdown. Like, it's going to be really tough. You know, like this Russell Wilson with his stint with the Broncos, he's familiar with the Chiefs. He's familiar with Spags defense, right? Like, so there's some familiarity there. I don't think the Chiefs have ever won at MetLife against the Giants. So I don't think they've ever won on the road against the Giants. So that would be like a first for us. So that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, wow.
But I heard that on the Kingdom, you know, live with Mitch Holthus. He was talking to Patrick Mahomes about it. So I'm pretty sure that's true.
Right.
But, yeah.
I'd take Mitch's word for it.
I'll take, he's basically a Chiefs historian at this point. So,
yes, amazing.
But yeah, so but still, I'd still like our odds, man. Like we just like took the reigning Super Bowl champs to the wire and held them to like less than, like, you know, 200 yards of offense or whatever. So like I feel good about our chances with anybody. If your defense can perform like that, then it's just a very low bar to win in this league. If you can hold people to that type of output. So,
right. Bo, how good are you feeling about this game against the Giants Sunday Night Football?
Like my banner says, I'm a glasses half full kind of guy right now. I might be overly confident, right? I feel like this, I feel like it's gonna be a great game.
Oh, dude, shit, ain't shit.
50 burger, Bo.
Dude, like I was just thinking about the last time when you were talking about this. Last time we played the Giants, I don't know, Nick, did you go to that game? I know Scott and I did. It was the Monday Night Football game.
Yeah.
We
at home.
Man, they just annoyingly hung around all game, and we kind of
that was that misty, like foggy game, like that. It was a cool game. I remember.
Cold,
I do remember that.
Wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, Saquon played for the Giants. Kadarius Toney played, and John Ross played for that. Was on that starting lineup, dude. I was just laughing, just like,
right.
How times have changed. But no, overly confident going into this game. Like I really think that we should get our shit together. If anything, right? Like we kind of been hounding the improvements we see week to week, and it's only been 2 weeks, but that O-line in the Super Bowl was so rough that, like, I feel like that first week showed a lot of improvement right away. And then from week 1 to week 2, you see it. So I'm hoping week 3, they're like really emphasizing like their running portion of the O-line. I'd like to see them block. I like to see that interior sharpen up a little bit. If we can do that, I mean, that Giants defense is, you know, they're formidable and they'll test our O-line. But like, I think if we can hold up to them, we'll be fine. And like, I kind of expect a blowout. two-score lead easily, or two-score win. So.
Yeah, look, I'm definitely optimistic about the team, man. Like, I still think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. I think there's, like I said, there's still a good chance they could win this division. We got a graphic here we'll bring up here in a minute after we kind of break down this game a little bit more. But Chiefs have never been 0-2 before, but they've been close. So, yeah, man, the Giants' defensive line, that's the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit. But look, like the Chiefs' offensive line just needs to figure that out. They're making way too much money, and they've got a first-round pick at the left tackle spot there, man. They have got to figure out how to give Patrick time. And I understand that people say he's bailing early, and there may be some times where he's bailing out of the pocket early, but those are tight pockets, man, that he's squirting out of there. Like, I watch a lot of teams play, and their offensive line, man, is standing there, and the quarterback's just kind of like crow hopping, patting the ball, looking around, like I'm not seeing nearly enough. I'm not seeing nearly enough of that. And look, like if it's a tight pocket, I would rather Patrick bail a little bit early than bail a little bit too late and get a helmet, get someone rolled up on his leg or something. It's not like he's got all day and he's just running out there, right? I mean, and a lot of these things, people are saying he's bailing early, man. If you watch the play, he's got blitzers crashing through the line, and he understands and he knows that the protection ain't going to be there. So sometimes when he's bailing early, it's because he's seeing something that we're not seeing, right? And so, and not to even blame the guy, even if he is bailing out early a little bit.
You can only get smoked so many times before the clock goes off your head. So,
right, yeah. But
Big Doug's got a question here. Anyone think the referees need to start calling false starts on the Eagles?
Yeah, I thought maybe we'd talk about the tush push thing here after we got done talking about this game, but I mean, we can talk about, whatever. It's going to be tough, man. I don't know if they'll do that or not, but
was this the Eagles' Jawan Taylor, Chris Collinsworth moment?
I don't know.
Certainly is getting talked about a lot in the media this week. I don't know if you guys have gotten wind of it. I mean, it was on the Pat McAfee show, Pro Football Talk. First things first. Everybody's kind of talking about it. It might have that same effect where if it gets highlighted enough, refs might start paying attention to it. I was more curious about what your guys' opinion was when Dean Blandino hops on the broadcast and goes, "I'm over officiating this play." I think is a direct quote.
I'm done with the tush push. He's done with it.
From a TV official, somebody who has a perspective and can hit the little buzzer, like, bzz, 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 "Hey man, that was a false start. You can throw a flag there, right?" Like he just says, "I'm over this play." Like I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah. Well, he's like a rules analysis for Fox, right? I don't think he's an actual referee anymore, is he?
Well, he was at one point, right? I don't know if
I think he was. I don't think he's part of the game now.
He's not the man in the booth, right? Yeah, he is just there.
But he's a rules expert, right? And the guy is saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm done with the tush push, guys. This play is really, really hard, almost too difficult to officiate." I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. They should have voted. I mean, looking back on it now, I should have voted to ban the damn thing.
Year, yeah.
Right. Like, it's not just like the false starts. It's the guys lining up in the neutral zone. The center's like hovering over the ball, leaning over basically.
Well, that's what they do that. I think they do it on purpose because if he can basically hide the ball from the referees on the sides, then basically the guys can go early and they can't tell if the ball's been snapped. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Well, and also if it's going to be like a regular play, you always see you got like the centers like right there, and then like the line kind of makes like a little bit of a V, right, where the guards are backed up a little bit, and then the tackles are even a little bit back. If you watch that play, man, all those guys are in a straight line right across the line of scrimmage there. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see them start cracking down on it. They should need to crack down on it. I mean, got to play by the rules, man.
Yeah, it's not. Look, I'm not going to blame that for the reason the Chiefs lost game because they had opportunities to win. I that on 4th down, that would have been 4th and 6, and that's field goal instead of a touchdown that they're probably going for there. So, I mean, it's
For sure.
it's crucial, and like I don't know, the rules are the rules. Like, and then the other part of me, and when I've been talking to my Eagles friends, coworkers this week, I've been saying, "Welcome to being the champs, baby." Like, they're like, "Oh, everybody's complaining about the tush."
All
But
eyes on you.
welcome to my world for the last several years. It's like, Josh Allen's a badass when he trucks people, and then Patrick does it, and he's taking advantage of the rules and faking going out of bounds. Like, it's just the only thing here is like they've got pretty obvious video evidence that the ball's not moving and they're going forward. So I mean, and when there's that many of the guys doing it and they're doing it multiple times in a game, like you can't tell me that's not the plan. You know what I mean? So hopefully they can fix it and say, hey, look, you guys got to back up off the ball. You guys, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to help us.
Should be banned. Were you guys in favor of the play being banned, or should
I
they
wasn't.
get rid of it?
I mean, I wasn't originally, but if they're going to continue to just be able to like line up wrong and leave early and not have to follow any of the rules, like then I'm
and then
ban
the
it.
Say that they can't do anything about it because the way that this play is set up, they can't see to
Right.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation.
I was originally kind of like just because it worked against us several times in that first Super Bowl. Like I'm not going to be in favor of banning it, but I think the time has come. They're obviously like gaming the system here. They're
definitely
they know
what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, and to be honest, like if you have a way for a team to do something that like is going to win 90% of the time in that situation, like I don't know, and you see a team that spams it and does it like over and over again, to me it's just like that's not really about like fairness and competition at that point. I think I just don't think it's like a good look for the sport, or it's like, I mean, I don't know why the defenders don't just give up, like Washington kind of did, right? In the playoffs last year where they're just like,
just started jumping.
We'll just start jumping over the line into you guys. Just, because it's, I don't know. To me, it's cheap. There's like a sense of it being like a cheap play, so.
Me personally, I don't have a problem with the play itself. I just wish it was equal on both ends. Like there is a rule against the defense being able to do the exact same thing. Like you can't send a linebacker in and have the other linebacker push equally opposite, right? There is that rule that you can't push from the defensive side, right? And so that's where like the fairness part comes to me. If both teams were able to do the same amount of thing, I'm like, yeah, fair game, right? But to Nick's point, when they're saying that they can't see it because it's a new formation that they can't even officiate, I'm like, oh, well, then is it a part of the game? Like if you can't officiate that play,
right?
Like I'm up and down about it being banned. I don't want to see it go because like I've only seen 2 teams effectively do it, right? So I think there is a skill set to it, and you have to have one hell of an offensive line to do it productively. But like when we're being Chiefs fans, as Nick's point, welcome to the club, right? Like when you see our tackles rock back like a hair early and they get called, or D Ford's fingers across the line, or Kadarius Toney's toes across the line, they flag that. Like if you're gonna get that judicious on calls, like come on, let's get judicious on this play too, right?
For sure.
Like helmet can't be over the ball. Let's make sure nobody's going early, kind of thing. I think you can't officiate it. I think it's just a
Jeremy,
saying it's
sorry, Jeremy, what they said was we'll just award the Eagles the touchdown. We can do that. It was even worse than we'll just flag you. It was just like, we'll just give them the touchdown if you guys aren't going to play the game.
Right.
Sorry for interrupting you, Bo. Go ahead.
I mean,
no, you're fine. I was wrapping up.
I mean, if you don't want to ban the formation or the play, make it reviewable. Make a false start or lined up in the neutral zone reviewable then.
Yeah, I mean, and people say, well, the Eagles are just good at doing it. Other people can't do it. The average conversion rate on that play league wide is over 80-something%. You know, I don't know. Something about that just doesn't sit well with me. It's like there's just something.
If something works that well that often at that level of sport, like probably like I don't know, unfair, or I don't even know what the right word is to use, but
I feel like the quickest solve would be let the defense push back.
Right?
I feel like that would be the quickest solve to everybody's problem with that play.
Yeah, I don't know if that solves the Eagles or whoever I keep saying the Eagles or the offense that's running the play from going early or not. I mean, they know when the ball is going to be snapped. The defense doesn't, but it could help defend it some, I guess. The Chiefs stopped it a couple of times, right? But either ban it or make it to where they're going to review it, and if you false start or you go early, it's going to be a reviewable play. And I think those are one of the two ways you got to go, because definitely got to do something. You can't have one team in particular, or even any team, running a play where you can just like go over and over and over and over, right? And have multiple penalties on one play, not get called.
Right.
Giants game. You guys ready to do score predictions on that bad boy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Who wants to go? Bo, Nick, me?
Yeah, I'll go first, man. I was like I said, I really think this is going to be our shine game. As long as this week, we prep right for our O-line to handle that defensive line by the Giants, I think we'll be fine. Scream, we're always crying over here, man. I don't know if you've ever been to this show. That's all we do here.
Obviously, wasn't listening when we said the reason we lost the game was because of the interception earlier. But
yeah, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Make sure you click. Make sure you click subscribe and like
and subscribe.
No, I think Kingsley's getting hounded this week. He's getting his reps in, and I think I'm loving what I'm seeing from Josh Simmons. So I'm liking what that O-line's doing. And I really think it'll shine through this game. So, like I said, 2-score lead. Let's go 28-14. Let's go 28-14. I'm ready for it.
I like it. Late to the parties, late to the show.
Welcome.
I like that. I'd like to know if Scream is an Eagles fan or just a troll. That's what I would like to know, because
or a Giants,
even
fan.
A real person.
Because listen, Eagles fans got no room to be talking about anybody else crying about the tush push after they cried about a wet field for 2.5 damn years. Okay. I don't want to hear no shit from no Eagles fans about crying fan bases. And we even said earlier, we were against them banning it originally, but now that it feels like here recently it's evolved into this play where they just have complete disregard for the rules, and it's not enforced. And now I'm not for it, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Nick.
Yeah, score prediction for the Giants. Look, I think the Chiefs are probably going to win this game 20-14, right? I think that's kind of more in the ballpark where I think that we're capable of performing right now. Worthy coming back, you know what I mean? I think that's gonna be a shot in the arm for the offense. So
I'm going 26-13. Doubling up the Giants, man. If you can bottle up the Eagles offense, you should be able to bottle up the Giants offense, man. That's not seeming like that's too tall of a task, right? To do there. So
right.
Make sure if you're watching, throw the
free Scream. Free, buddy.
Thanks
for stopping by the Chiefs podcast, brother.
Like I said, make sure to click like and subscribe. Let's see. Chiefs, if they win this game, they'll be sitting at 1-2. And Nick was talking about Mitch Holthus being a Chiefs historian. We went back and looked at some Chiefs history here, fairly recent Chiefs history. I know it seems like when you look back on it, it's like, oh, the Chiefs win 14 or 15 games every year, right? There's been a couple of years where they only won like 10 or 11 games here in this run. So we went back to 2021. Now, I don't know if you got the graphic ready to bring up yet or not, Nick, but that's a little bit different, right? Because in 2021, the Chiefs won the first game. But I remember, because I was at that game against the Browns, that was a nail-biter game where the Chiefs kind of pulled it out there at the end to beat the Browns, man. The defense was struggling early that year. And so the Chiefs won that week 1 game, the home opener, the season opener. But then they dropped the next two. So started 1-2. the Chiefs can find a way to get a win here against the Giants, they'll be sitting at 1-2, and that would not be uncharted territory for the Chiefs here. If you look at the 2021 graphic Nick's got up here, I mean, you look at that at week 8, man. The Chiefs were sitting at 4-4. The week before that, 3-4. Anybody telling you that a 1-2 start or a 2-3 start or whatever, is insurmountable? That was the year the Chiefs ended up winning 12 games and went to the AFC Championship game and were a half away from going to the Super Bowl. Nick, how well do you remember this kind of season and the way it started for the Chiefs and how it ended up going for them?
Yeah, I mean, I remember it well. I mean, I think that there's just been several times where there's been adversity early in the season. I mean, the team pulls together. They have good leadership. They have a great coach. They have a great quarterback, and I think that, like, it's just really early in the year. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably, like, you just hope that this is like we're on to Cincinnati moment, right? I mean, when the Patriots started 0-2 and Chiefs kicked the shit out of them in week 2, and then, like, Bill Belichick famously was his answer to every question about the Chiefs game was we're on to Cincinnati, and then they won the Super Bowl that year,
Bench
right?
Tom Brady.
Right, yeah. It was they benched Tom Brady, and everybody's saying Tom Brady should be retired.
I was at that game too.
Hey, that they're figured out, scream, right? And it's like, yeah, I mean, there's like still a lot of season left. You know what I mean? There's a lot of variables. There's just a lot of games left, and so Eagles fans are sensitive, bro. You start talking about their tush push, and they're like the play they built their dynasty on, their Super Bowl dynasty, and they start getting really in your face about it.
I mean, I'd be jealous too if, like, the other team's quarterback had more Super Bowls than our entire franchise history, but
right.
I'm not sure where Bo bounced that too, but yeah, look, I mean, you just go back and look at this, man, and Chiefs started 1-2 that year and scuffled along, and defense struggled. That was the main issue with them. It's kind of the opposite, right, of this team.
Mm-hmm.
It was they had killer offense that year, and the defense took a while to come around. So, yeah, all is not lost, man. Chiefs are still in this thing. Chiefs can get right back in the win column with wins. Giants, go back and look at that graphic again. One of those losses was a road game. I think that was a home game. No. Yeah, that's right. That was a home loss to the Chargers. And that season, that was one where they came back, remember, and then Patrick threw the Hail Mary at the end of the game, and they just completely wiped out Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce at the goal line, and obviously didn't call pass interference on the last play of the game right there. But kind of eerily similar right there, man, with, like I said, with the loss to the Chargers in there and starting 1-2. That's where the Chiefs will be sitting with the win against the Giants. So be like our one-man show in the chat there. Don't be in panic mode yet. It's definitely not the start anybody wanted, but it's a long season. Season's not over yet.
Party saying that he's wondering if the Chiefs can come back from Super Bowl 59. I mean, they came back from the Tampa Bay Super Bowl loss, won back-to-back Super Bowls. So, I mean, I think that they have the coaching staff and the pedigree to overcome them quite a bit, right? So, but yeah, I understand.
And they have the best quarterback and the best head coach in the league.
I mean, there are some offensive concerns here that they're going to have to come around. So, but
right. Long way to go, man, and that's why they play all the games. So, any other NFL news you guys want to get to? Bo, I mean, Nick, anything?
No, I'm good. My shit's fucking up over here, dude. Like, I had my computer start to update, my mic just came unplugged, like everything just started falling apart here. Sorry about that, but
you're good. It's all good. How do you remember that season? We were just talking about 2021 season. I mean, do you remember that rough start like that, as being that rough? I remember them starting rough, but I did not remember them being 500 through week 8.
it was one of those ones. It was like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You know, I think we went like 3-4, and then 4-4, and then reeled off like 9 out of 10. Right, like that was just one of those ones where it's just like, what was that? You know, and there's been a lot of seasons since that too, where you're just like, what even? How did we win 15 games last year? Right, it's just 15, baby. We got number 15, right? So everybody doubting him, that's on you.
Right. And the other thing too is people like don't understand the way statistics and things work. It's like, well, only 12 or 13% of teams that have started 0-2 made the playoffs. Well, that doesn't mean that only 12% of the teams moving forward that start 0-2 forever are going to make the playoffs, right? I mean, that's not the way that works. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was never on any of those 0-2 teams that didn't make the playoffs before. I wonder how many.
They're digging into the dredges of like NFL statistics, right? Like it used to be like, oh, Patrick Mahomes never been on the road before, and now you're like, oh, he's never started 0-2. Like they'll find anything, right, just to like put doubt there. So
yeah, exactly. But it's just like I said, oh, they got a 12.5% chance of making the playoffs. No, just because 12.5% of the teams prior to this year have made the playoffs after starting 0-2 doesn't mean that you now have a 12% chance of making the playoffs. None of those teams had the same rosters that they have now, right? I mean, conditions. There's so many different like variables and factors that don't go into account. So,
sorry, I meant to mute that guy. I accidentally kicked him out.
I was just ignoring him. I mean, I don't really care.
No, I know, but I just meant to mute him so I wouldn't see what he was writing. But
I mean, you're here in our show, bro. Like, and I mean, it's cute. Like I said, I mean, they won. You know, they won a Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes has more trophies than their entire franchise. So,
they're just like the most sensitive fan base out there.
There's our man, Big Chris. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, bro. I haven't talked to you in forever, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, no. Chiefs can get right back on track, man, with a win this week. Xavier Worthy's back. Get some confidence going. Chiefs always play the Ravens tough, man. And that game's going to be at home, and you know that the boys are going to be wanting to defend home field after losing the home opener, man. That's got to be a definite burr under their saddle. Did you guys talk about did you guys see the hoopla about the Travis Kelce and Tyquan Thornton wearing the free 4 shirt, the free Rashee Rice shirt?
I did.
Yeah. I didn't think much of it, but yeah, I saw the photo.
Look, it was tone deaf, and it was probably not the right thing to do, but I didn't take it as they were saying that it was BS that Rashee Rice got suspended. I don't think it was a coincidence that they waited until week 2 to wear the shirts. There have been other players who, and we've said on the show before, and we've talked about this, that comparing other people's crimes to other people, you know, to your crimes and which one's worse. There's no point, and we're not going to debate that, but there are players that have had repeat traffic offenses that were serious. There's the Jets player I'm trying to remember. I want to say he had like a high-speed accident that really seriously injured somebody. They get 2 or 3 games. I think the Chiefs, I think that whole thing was about, they were pissed off that he got a 6-game suspension when it seems like a lot of people who've done similar offenses or been repeat offenders got a much shorter suspension. Nick, I mean, do you think that played at all into the whole thing about the Rashee Rice shirt?
Yeah, I don't know. I just waiting to live in a world where we don't talk about things that football players wear before games, you know. Like it's like the whole fashion show statement. I just, maybe I'm just too much of an old man. I don't care. But yeah, look,
I'm not saying it wasn't in poor taste and that they should have worn the shirts. I'm just saying I don't think their message was kind of the way it was portrayed by the media or overall is like they were trying to say like Rashee Rice like shouldn't have been in trouble or they don't recognize like what he did was wrong. I don't know. I don't think that they're that dense. I think they feel like he got punished more for things that are similar or things that, other people had done and done more than once. That's all. Bo, I mean,
Yeah, I don't have too much of an opinion about it. Like, I'm with Nick. I'm on the old man side. Like, I don't pay attention to what players wear before games.
oh, come
know,
on.
like,
You were
it
paying
started-
attention to the In Spags We Trust shirt. Don't get
Dude,
me
Joe
mad.
Burrow got hurt, and now I don't get to see any like fancy like fur coats and clear glasses. So like, what's the point of even paying attention to anybody else, right?
What's with all
Yeah,
these?
it just,
kids
dude, that's
skateboarding on the
gotten.
sidewalks. I just don't.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to use the term, but I'm kind of a good old boy when it comes to that, right? Like, I could care less about fashion. Like, it's just not in my book at all. And players want to make statements with shirts before games and stuff. Like, yeah, it could have been. And I don't know. I just saw a photo of it. Were they the only two wearing it?
There's only two I saw that I heard that were wearing it. So
Scream 2, my bad, dude. I did not mean to kick you out. I meant to mute you. And yeah, that's all it was.
Kind of blowing up the chat there a little bit, man. Like,
I like that you immediately got a new account though and got back in here.
So we got.
what's that, Nick?
Like and subscribe
just
with
make
that.
sure you created a new account. So kudos on doing that so fast, and please make
Right.
sure to like and subscribe from the new account too. So
Yeah, no, we welcome fans of all fan bases, man. On Chiefs Kingdom Live, we got friends that are Browns fans. We got some 49ers fans that check into the show regularly, but you can't be in here just like flooding the chat with like 150 comments in a row and locking everybody else out. So glad you came in. Your team, it's exciting winning the Super Bowl, man. It is, and
it's too bad.
And hats off for
the Eagles are a game opponent, man. Like we have not disrespected the Eagles. I don't feel at all on this show. I don't feel like we gave them all the credit in the world last year when they won the Super Bowl. They beat our ass fair and square.
Talk shit when you're on top because
right.
You never know when you're going to get blown out in the wild card round by the Baker Mayfield.
I compliment Eagles fans all the time. It still amazes me how many can spell Eagles, right? So
right.
You guys got that going for
you.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's all good. Yeah,
it is all good.
The Eagles, they beat us a few times in a row. This is what it is, dude. Like, I'll still take the 3 Super Bowls that we have.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So
when we go
it's
to
all
the
good,
stadium,
man.
it's pretty fun to look at them.
Right. Just like I said, make sure you click like and subscribe and tell your friends. I think we're gonna get on out of here.
Have them come talk shit.
Love it.
Shit, man.
We're gonna be back next week, Wednesday night. Hopefully talk about the first win of the season for the Kansas City Chiefs on prime time in the Big Apple, man. The games almost don't get bigger than that. Do they Sunday Night Football, New York City?
Let's go.
I wonder if Taylor's going to be at the game. I'm sure probably that'll be a storyline, something for fans to whine about.
And yes, Scream, I'm a Swiftie.
Yeah. No, late to the party is glad you made it by, man. Glad you enjoyed it. Make sure you
Steelers, I'm not going to say they're one of my favorite teams because they're not, but that's your team. I feel for you guys because the Chiefs spent a lot of years like winning 7 games, 9 games, and it's like it's much better to win like 4 for a few years.
Right.
You can get some good draft picks, but when you're stuck in like mediocrity and like kind of recycled quarterback hell, I feel for you, and I hope you guys can get out of that because it's being a fan. As a fan, you just like I'd rather just suck and then at least get some good players.
Right, for sure. But
I remember us like debating like tanking seasons to get good draft picks back in the day, right? Should we just lose, right? We get good
suck. Remember, they'll suck for luck. Fans were talking about that 1 year.
Colt McCoy might be okay this year.
Right.
He's never going to be okay.
Yeah. Cool. No, yeah, man. Glad you all made it. We always like making new friends. So make sure you come back next week. We'll be here, same time, same place. Hopefully talking about
get Nick to drop an F-bomb.
Trying to get Nick to drop some F-bombs. So hopefully we'll be here talking about a big win. Hopefully our new friend Scream will be here in the chat. We'll be looking forward to that. Until next week, let's go Chiefs.
All right,
let's go Chiefs.